Warning, this game contains masterful artwork, haunting music, a tragic narrative, and little gameplay to speak of. To those who are adverse to things of an artsy-fartsy nature, viewer discretion is advised. The Wanderer Frankenstein's Creature is a game I never thought I'd actually be reviewing, but upon the wise advice of our council, i.e. the YouTube members who pay us money every month, they voted for this. And to think that it was a throwaway addition to the poll just to take up 5 slots. But hey, if you're gonna make me review a game, at least you chose one that's only a couple of hours long. You guys love me, right? The YouTube members poll for the next backlog game to review is already up, and if you want to vote, you can do that for the lowest members tier. Just click that join button below and you can do that for the lowest tier. And also get access to our Let's Get Physical series 1 day early. Most of the time. Anyways, it's a bit late, but here's my review of The Wanderer Frankenstein's Creature. So what is it? The Wanderer Frankenstein's Creature. Well, the name almost gives it away. It's a retelling of the classic, so I'm told, 1818 novel Frankenstein, or, the Modern Prometheus, full stop. Those wacky 19th century folk and their ample use of punctuation and indecisive titles. While the novel has a few different perspectives, this game focuses entirely on the creature himself. Awakening, lost, confused, he's finding himself in this world suddenly of bright colors and wonderful landscapes. As he attempts to make contact with proper humans, i.e. the ones who aren't made up of a hodgepodge of corpses, he is chased out of town for being a monster. He doesn't really get why, but to be fair, he does look like he was involved in some sort of jet engine suction accident. The story follows him and his tragic life. It's an emotional roller coaster where you feel massive sympathy for this pathetic monstrosity. It tugs at your heartstrings, blending art with game. It conveys a story in a way that books and live screen adaptations just can't. While according to my 5 minutes of research, this game follows the novel fairly well up until the very end. It does have its own identity with 5 endings, although one of which is a slight variation of one of them, so let's call it 4. These endings are decided by the choices you make during the game. Because yeah, you can choose which replies you want, you can choose to help or not help, very small, seemingly insignificant choices, but they do have a big impact on the ending. The gameplay segment's mostly made up of these choices, almost like an adventure game, but there's also mini games like cutting wood or playing musical instruments. You'll wander around and interact with things in a very minimal way. And minimal is the key word here. You won't be doing a whole lot aside from walking around. And surprisingly, with such little interaction, there is quite a large amount of jankiness to it all. A few unresponsive moments, like in this area here. For some reason, the analog stick just wouldn't move the character. Also, by the way, spying on a family for half a year, living in their garage, and once in a while giving them gifts, it's totally not creepy. And going back to the jankiness, it just runs through the whole game, since despite having such simple gameplay elements, it's just janky completely. Button inputs, detection, all unmistakably a bit ropey. It's a game that was obviously made by artists first and foremost, rather than programmers, although no doubt some insecure programmers out there would say that programming is art, darling. Yeah, you could say that about anything. Look, my morning dump's particularly special, but I don't go around calling it art. Unless there's some sort of government grant involved, then I'm all for it. Despite this cumbersome, sort of erratic nature to its controls, you will still get an experience that's not quite like any other out there, because the artwork and the music just combines into a beautiful recipe for the senses. And this game is available digitally on the Switch for $16 in the US, £13.50 in the UK, and it's available physically too, but only in Japan. This Japanese physical version, which does have lovely, lovely artwork by the way, does have English, and it's complete on cart. That just means they couldn't be bothered to patch the jankiness. There's also a collector's edition which includes a few nice goodies like a notebook and even a tote bag, of all things. But best of all, there is a soundtrack CD for the phenomenal soundtrack, which to be honest almost makes it worth it alone. Alex Burnett, he's done an absolutely spiffing, amazing job with this soundtrack. It is literally the best thing about the game. I mean, if you look at the game, you think, wow, that's gorgeous. Listen to the music. The music is what sells this game the most. It's magical, it's haunting, it's wondrous, ponderous, and all these Urus words that I can't quite think of right now because I've got a really bad head cold and I don't know why I'm recording this review right now. I should just wait till tomorrow, but I'm a busy guy. All I'll say is he did an amazing job with the soundtrack and he should get many a job after this one. If you do want to pick this up physically, then consider using the links below in the description and the pinned comment. If you click those links and buy it, it also helps support us at the same time, like incredibly so. And in return, if you click our links, you can also get a very splendid 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia with our current discount code Jordan. Yes, that's all one word, my name, Jordan, for 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia. Now that code is not going to be around forever, so if for some reason you're watching this in the future, then that code may be out of commission. Subscribe and check our Let's Get Physical series every Monday for the latest code updates. Overall, if you have been affected by the artsy-fartsy nature of The Wanderer, there are details of organizations and helplines in the description that offer advice and support for those in need. Yes, it's a bit of artistic fluff, but I do like said fluffiness because it's fluffy. It tells a side of the story that I never knew existed. I mean, I had literally no idea Frankenstein's monster was articulate and brilliant. Sure, he looks like he was scraped off the road after being hit by a bus, but damn, that boy can play a cello. While I'm sure this also goes on its own artistic direction from the novel, I found it not only to be educative, but it really made me reconsider a lot of things. If you want to get a taste for the novel, but you haven't read a book in 15 years like myself, and you don't fancy watching one of the 10 million billion movies made of this, especially the one with Kenneth Branagh chewing off the scenery,
it's alive.
This really is an interesting and unique way to take in what many consider to be the very first science fiction novel. Sure, it's janky in what little gameplay it has, but to be honest, because that's so minimalistic, you can probably get past that, I would say. You have something that's often unique, beautiful, haunting, it's just gorgeous to look at, it's amazing to listen to, and the story ain't half bad either. As long as you go in prepared for something on the artsy-fartsy side, you'll probably enjoy the roller coaster of emotions, especially the one where you want to throw your controller out of the window because it's not responding. I'm gonna give it a safe 7 out of 10. If it wasn't for the yankiness, it would be probably an 8. Okay, hope you enjoyed this review of The Wanderer, all 2,000 of you that will probably watch it. Yeah, I'm not expecting this one to do well. Thanks to our YouTube members who voted for it. If you want to join in the next vote, then consider joining our YouTube memberships. Amongst other perks, you get the Let's Get Physical series early on. If you want to pick this up physically, then please use the links in the description. And of course, check out some of our other stuff. Bargains on Sunday, physical Switch releases on Monday, and a wealth of other content for you to consume. It's been a short one, but I'm going to have a lie down, drink some lemon tea and stuff like that. Have a good one. Take care.